Hi everyone and welcome to Los Angeles English School. I'm Helen and in this video we're going to be looking at General IELTS exam writing task number 1. As you know, we have two versions of the IELTS, academic and general one. If we take a look at the writing task number 1 on an academic version of the exam, you have to write a summary. However, in the general version of the exam, you're going to be writing a letter. So there are three main letter types, which are formal, semi-formal, and informal. In this video, we're going to be looking at formal letters, and the most common type of letters that you can see in your IELTS exam, it's a letter of complaint. So let's take a look at what you could see on your IELTS general version and what you have to do if your task is to write a letter of complaint. So let's take a look at the sample task. You were watching television and saw a program being shown early in the morning that contained a lot of violence. You believe the program is unsuitable for that time of day. Write a letter to the manager of the television station. In your letter, give your reasons for writing, explain what you think the problem is with the program, say what you would like the station manager to do. Write at least 150 words. You do not need to write any addresses. Begin your letter with Dear Sir or Madam. So actually there is big help in the task because you can see clearly that there are three main points, or they are also called bullet points in the task. And you just need to address these three bullet points. So let's take a look at them again. Give your reason for writing. It's what you are going to do in your first paragraph. Explain what you think the problem is with the program. It's your next paragraph. Say what you would like the station manager to do. It's going to be your next paragraph. So I think that the main difficulty is that we need to make up our own story. So we have these prompts, but it's your responsibility to write down something that could address these three main bullet points. So it's up to you to choose what you're going to write about. So just try to be creative. So you need to think who you are. For example, maybe you are a parent who saw this program. Maybe you're just a viewer. Maybe you're a teacher. So just try to be as creative as possible and make some things up. The next thing is what you'd like the manager to do. It's also your responsibility to think about it. Maybe you want that this TV program is closed, or maybe you want to ask the manager to show the program at different times of the day. So it's actually your responsibility to think what exactly you're going to write. And now let's take a look at the sample answer to this task. So our sample answer, as you can see, you would normally have the task, and in the task they will say start your letter with Dear Sir or Madam. So it's very common, you don't have to think about it, just write it down. Dear Sir or Madam, I'm writing to complain. This is a very common phrase, just memorize it. I'm writing to complain about the program that I happened to see on your network a few days ago. I'm not sure of the name, but it was being shown at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and I believe it was extremely unsuitable for this time. So you can see that here is the first paragraph, which addresses the first bullet point. The bullet point was give your reason for writing. It's actually what is done here. So the next, there was a great deal of violence in the program, which seemed to revolve around a war of some kind. The characters, many of whom looked quite young, fought using weapons such as swords and knives. Moreover, the violence was quite realistic, and there was a great deal of blood. I was horrified that such material would be shown at a time when young children usually watch. So this is the second bullet point, where we explain what we think the problem is with the program. And the last bullet point, I would like to see this program removed from the schedule altogether or moved to a later time slot. I'm sure you must have received other complaints from concerned parents, and I hope that you will take action soon about this disturbing issue. So this is the third bullet point. Say what you would like the station manager to do. And we close the letter. I look forward to your response. Yours faithfully, and your name and surname. So if we analyze a sample answer, we will notice that it's quite formal. So we use stable expressions. We also need to close a formal letter with faithfully yours or yours faithfully, especially if we do not know the name of the recipient. So we do not know the name of the manager of this TV program. And just bear in mind that if you don't know the name of the person you're writing to, it's going to be finished as or closed as yours faithfully or faithfully yours. I know that it's not common to do it in real life, but this is how it should be, it has to be during your IELTS exam. So if you start a letter with Dear Sir or Madam, you have to finish the letter as, close the letter as yours faithfully or faithfully yours, and then you write down your name and the surname. Also, very important feature to note down is that you cannot use contractions. Even don't or doesn't or isn't is not appropriate. So it's a formal letter and there should be no contractions. So don't use any contractions. Try to use linking devices like moreover or although. Also make sure to include passive constructions. For example, the program was being shown. So it's very common and it just increases your score in terms of vocabulary and grammatical range. And of course, there are some stable expressions and phrases that you have to memorize in order to write a letter of complaint. So to start a letter, you should have in your arsenal some phrases as I'm writing to complain about. I'm writing to complain about. Or I'm writing to express my annoyance with. I'm writing to express my annoyance with. To increase the score for your vocabulary, you could also include such phrases as I'm sure you have received other complaints from concerned customers. I'm sure you have received other complaints from concerned customers. To compensate me for this tremendous inconvenience, I ask that you, and then some action. So to compensate me for this tremendous inconvenience, I ask that you refund my money. Or I ask that you give me a more comfortable free stay. I hope you will take some action soon about this disturbing issue. I hope you will take some action soon about this disturbing issue. And of course, you need to close your letter appropriately. So you could use some phrases as I look forward to hearing from you on this matter. I look forward to hearing from you on this matter. I look forward to hearing from you at the earliest. I look forward to hearing from you at the earliest. So, you need to write your letter in about 20 minutes because in general you will be given 1 hour for the whole writing task. And it's going to be an essay and a letter. So for your essay, spend about 40 minutes. For your letter, spend about 20 minutes. Don't forget to open and close your formal letter appropriately. So you begin with Dear Sir or Madam, and you close the letter with yours faithfully or faithfully yours, and then your name and your surname. Don't forget to address all key or all bullet points of the writing task and divide them into paragraphs. Start your letter appropriately. I'm writing to complain about, or I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with. And don't forget to finish the letter as I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest. Don't write any contractions and use passive constructions whenever possible. So, thank you very much for being with me today, and if you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, make sure to do it today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below the video. And have a great one! Bye!